Wake up. I've got a surprise for you. Mom, wake up. It's your daughter.
Yeah, in that car. What is it? What?
I made breakfast.
Oh. Oh, dear God, it's not my birthday, is it?
No, it's everyone's day. Like Mother's Day, only it's for everyone.
Oh, wow. So that means sourdough toast and chocolate syrup?
Better than boring maple.
Hey, honey, Cousin Kyle hasn't had your special breakfast.
You think I should wake him up?
Definitely. And be sure to do that eyelid pulling business.
Okay.
You just sit there eating your sugar snaps.
But I was sorry.
Well, let's hope that it's not Lauren's turn at show and tell today.
I'm pretty sure she went for my explanation.
We were playing horsey. She's a child, not an idiot.
Give me some child rearing books in an hour, I'll do better.
I thought people in AA weren't supposed to have intimate relationships.
It wasn't intimate, it was sex.
Well, for your information, we don't have sex in this house. Do we, Mom?
I have. In the past. To the best of my recollection. Jillian!
Have what?
Have sex.
Oh, come on. If it had been me up there having Viking sex and Lauren walked in, you would be all over me.
Oh.
You only wish.
I dropped Ned at preschool and I thought I'd stop by for some coffee.
Why can't Lauren learn to knock?
Because that's not how we live.
Oh, Amy, you don't seem too damaged by having walked in on your father and me.
That never happened.
All right, well, perhaps denial and repression will be as successful for Lauren as it has been for you.
I think sex should be outlawed in this house.
Oh, God, that is just so depressing.
I can help you find your own apartment.
Me?
No, Kyle.
Well, I don't think we're quite at that stage yet, are we?
Well, I think that depends upon Kyle and the lifestyle he intends to lead.
Well, I'm on my feet now, financially speaking. I guess I don't need to leech off my relatives anymore.
On your feet? You make barely $300 a week.
Oh, that's plenty. I'm very good at this. I've actually considered a career in real estate.
Couldn't we simply put a lock on his door?
Or a lock on his zipper.
Thank you. I accept your kind offer. Although I'm pretty sure she went for the bucking bronco cover story.
Your Honor, the two juveniles before you, Nicholas Binkow and Terry Colonna, drove without valid driver's licenses and cut down road signs, which led to a very serious traffic accident. That accident has left a young father of two, Roy Luciak, comatose. At best, Mr. Luciak faces serious surgeries and many years of physical therapy.
Judge Gray, my clients don't deny their participation in an ill-conceived prank, nor do they deny that they borrowed a vehicle without permission.
It's an act which is sometimes known as grand theft auto.
The pickup truck in question belonged to Mr. Binkow's older brother, who has no intention of pressing charges. Furthermore, there is no evidence that my clients removed the particular stop sign which led to this particular tragic accident. These young people are the targets of an overzealous prosecution in a high-profile case, hence our motion to dismiss.
Yeah, Mr. Lynchburg, I'm leaning toward dismissal. Do you have any hard evidence that will persuade me otherwise?
Aside from the fact that the police found probable cause to arrest and my office found sufficient grounds to press charges?
Absolutely aside from those facts.
Yes, Your Honor. We have hard evidence of the vandalism charges.
So you're trying to piggyback the reckless endangerment? It's cheap.
I have here, Your Honor, a detailed map with accompanying timeline which indicate in tandem, beyond reasonable doubt, that these two were involved in the destruction of that particular stop sign.
Your Honor, that's not proof. It's a grade school geography project.
Your Honor, have you ever known a prosecutor to put this much effort into something that was frivolous?
All right, Mr. Lynchburg, I'll bite, but you'd better be very convincing very soon.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Artist Hideaway just needs a little TLC to become gem.
Not so fast, my naive friend. Artist hideaway means dark, disgusting cave. And TLC means needs to be cleaned and connected to the sewer system before being declared habitable. Now, here's something. Recently renovated loft. Open space with all new kitchen and fixtures. No security deposit.
Too good to be true?
You learn fast. I like that.
Mrs. Kreiner, it's my job to make a recommendation to the court as to whether or not you should be allowed to live under the same roof as your son while you're on parole.
Sure, you're worried I might kill him.
Should I be worried about that?
No, because I didn't kill the first one.
You may not have intended to kill your son when you struck him, but a court of law found you guilty of homicide. And the rules require that I operate on the assumption that the law is correct. I see you attended parenting and anger management courses while in prison.
For what they were worth.
Have your husband and son visited you regularly during your incarceration?
Some.
You think they'll be glad to have you home?
Ask them.
I will, Mrs. Kreiner. I wish you'd work a little harder to convince me that your return home would be a good thing for your family.
My son died. You people came and blamed it on me. You put me in prison. You tell my husband, my baby, the world that I'm a murderer. And now you want me to smile and gush about being sent home?
I was hanging out with a couple of friends when he comes over and starts beating on me with his club. Cheap shot, too, from behind.
Who?
Him. The psycho cop imposter.
Your Honor. No name calling, Mr. Stivers.
You asked me who did the hitting. I told you. The psycho who's pretending to be a cop.
Ms. Willings. Mr. Stivers, what were you doing when Mr. Dunbar allegedly attacked you?
I got a broken arm, a caved-in head. I hear ringing in my ear all the time. What's alleged about that? Hanging out, not doing nothing.
Were you not, in fact, smoking marijuana?
I'm taking the fifth on that. What I wasn't doing was hurting anyone.
Were you not, in fact, selling drugs to 3 freshmen?
On the advice of my lawyer, I will not answer that question.
Did my client not, in fact, send your 14-year-old customers away, tell you to put down the marijuana cigarette and move on to class?
He couldn't tell me what to do. He's not a real cop.
But you didn't know that at the time, did you?
If I'd have known he wasn't a real cop, I would have stomped his ass instead of vice versa.
Like everyone else in school, you assumed Mr. Dunbar was an officer of the law when you defied him.
Doesn't matter what I thought. He's the one on trial for pretending to be a cop, not me.
Thank you for reminding us, Mr. Stivers.
You're lucky he didn't pull out a gun and shoot me.
Yeah, aren't we all lucky that didn't happen?
Hey! Hold on. If you want to come in here, use the front door and check in like everybody else. Come with me.
Hey. It's all good. Man, what's that dude's name?
It's Brian, man.
Yeah, Brian. He said we can go out and have a cigarette.
He even gave us an ashtray.
Well, shut the window behind you, man.
Well,
And there's a closet full of not new but clean clothes.
I thought the fire escape was off limits. Did you give 2 guys permission to smoke out there?
Kyle, this is,
Anna.
Anna. And Anna's been out on the road for a while on her own, and she might be interested in some of our services. Are you hungry?
Yeah. Okay. Come on, we'll find you something to eat.
Now, Kyle, don't worry so much about the rules, okay? These kids have been through the mill with the rules. If you push too hard, they're just gonna bolt, so just back off.
I think they're baked, Brian.
Well, let's give them the benefit of doubt.
What doubt? I'm an ex-addict. I know what stoned looks like.
Well, then you also know what they will and will not respond to.
Hey!
You see the first sign of an overly authoritarian approach? And they rabbit.
I think I found something. Oh, this is so charming. Doesn't this have a nice feeling, Kyle? Do the windows open?
No, I painted them shut. Too much dust flows in.
You did this all yourself?
Oh, yes. I bought a bunch of magazines, El Decor, Beautiful Home. Can I speak with you outside? Thanks, but I've got to get out of here.
If my wife paid her debt to society, aren't we done with you?
Mr. Kreiner, if your wife was coming home to just you, I wouldn't be here at all. In this case, we have Jeremy to consider. He's what, 8 now?
He'll be 9 in 2 months.
While you believe in your wife's innocence in the death of your older son, you can appreciate our concern regarding her returning home. I need to ask Jeremy a few questions.
He has wrestling after school.
I made this appointment specifically to meet with Jeremy.
I guess I must have forgotten.
If you want your wife to come home, this is not the way to make it happen.
It slipped my mind, is all. I want my family back together. I have no doubts.
You may continue.
Well, we got our first call around 9 p.m. A young couple in a black Chevy S10 were seen drinking and making out behind the Quick Pick on Edgewood Avenue.
And did you send a car out to investigate?
Well, if we sent a car every time we got a report about teenagers drinking, wouldn't have time to piss. Breathe, Your Honor. Next, we got a report about kids riding in the back of a black pickup, disturbing the peace. Around 11, we got the word that a minivan and a moving truck had collided at the intersection of Bloomfield and Portage Road.
Here.
Your Honor, despite the lovely map, this is not adding up to a compelling case against my clients.
Convince me immediately, Mr. Lynchburg.
Your Honor, this is the site of the accident. These are the locations of the vandalized traffic signs. Incidentally, Officer Bonero, did you find the missing traffic signs?
Yes, we found 3 of them in the back of the pickup truck being driven by that young man.
All right, Mr. Lynchburg, now you have my attention. Miss Schooler, questions?
Officer, was the stop sign from the accident found in the back of Mr. Binkow's truck?
No, that one was left by the side of the road.
I see. And the signs that were in the truck, had they been knocked down?
Cut down. We recovered the saw from Mr. Binkow's truck.
And the stop sign, had that been cut down as well?
No, that one was knocked down.
No more questions, Your Honor.
All right, well, we'll listen to defense arguments this afternoon.
This is the right address.
At the wrong time.
I'm so sorry. It sounded so perfect. It even had the large closet space you wanted and the southern exposure.
Oh, well. Anything else for me to see?
Well, why don't you stay with us? We have an extra bedroom.
Really? Would that be okay with Peter?
Don't be silly. I mean, I have to warn you, the room is right next door to Ned's, and, well, there's actually no door between them, and we keep a couple of Ned's toys in there, but he won't bother you.
You are so sweet to try to help me, but I can't impose like that. Besides, I think I have a lead on another place. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, well, if you give me the address, I'll check it out for you.
I don't have it with me, but when I go over, I'll give you a call.
Oh, all right. Fine. The one that gets away is always perfect, right?
Can you tell us, Mr. Farragut, how Mr. Dunbar, a 16-year-old high school dropout, got a job patrolling your school?
I thought he was a legitimate police officer. We all did. After an assault on school property, he presented himself, saying he'd been assigned to handle our security problems. He had a uniform, a badge, and a gun. I had no reason to doubt him.
At what point did you become aware that Mr. Dunbar was, in fact, a 16-year-old boy impersonating a police officer?
When he was arrested for the assault and battery of Robert Stivers.
No more questions.
Ms. Willings, questions?
Mr. Farragut, is it true that the school is being sued by Robert Stivers' parents?
Yes, which is why I was suspended as principal.
After the public humiliation and losing your job, can you give us your opinion of Philip Dunbar?
He's terrific. He was there first thing in the morning, greeting the students. Assaults and thefts in the school dropped. Loitering in the hall ceased. He made a difference.
There you go.
Thanks.
Hey, it's me. Kyle from Teen Harbor, remember?
Spare change?
Where are you from? I'm not interrogating you. I'm making conversation.
Yeah, I know. You guys always want the sad story. I'm from the Midwest. My stepfather abused me and my mom didn't believe me and kicked me out of the house. I looked for love in all the wrong places and I ended up hustling to support my drug habit. Spare change?
Good job.
Want any more sordid details?
No, that was just about the right amount. Thank you.
And how about some spare change?
How about you give Teen Harbor another chance?
Do you remember your mother, Jeremy?
He was only 2 when she went away.
I remember.
And did you visit her in jail?
Yes, but it made her sad.
Why?
'Cause she didn't belong there. 'Cause she never killed my brother.
How do you know that?
My dad said.
A kid shouldn't have to go through life thinking his mother's a murderer.
How would you feel about your mother living with you again?
Good. She made me this.
What is that?
It's not what you think.
Jeremy, open your shirt, please.
You don't have to do this, son.
Yes, he does, if you don't want me to take him with me right now.
He's doing wrestling in school.
Do up your shirt, Jeremy, and get your jacket.
I didn't do this to him.
I am taking Jeremy with me, and then we'll decide what happened to him.
I didn't do this to him.
My brother died on the job. And they let my mom keep his uniform. One day I put it on and it fit me perfect. So the next day I reported for duty cross town at Franklin High School.
Why?
Nobody knew me there.
No, I mean, why did you decide to impersonate a policeman?
Thought I could help.
Well, there are a lot of ways to help, Mr. Dunbar. You could have delivered meals to the elderly. I want to know why you decided to put on a badge and a gun and tell people you were a policeman.
Well, my brother got a lot of respect. I saw the way people looked at him in that uniform. No one ever looked at me that way.
Okay, I'd like to hear about the day of the assault on Robert Stivers.
Well, I was on my mid-morning patrol of the perimeter when I caught a whiff of a pungent substance. I decided to investigate. And as I neared the area under the football bleachers, I observed the perpetrator in the act of not only smoking an illegal substance, but also selling it to minors. When I confronted him, the younger boys fled the scene, and I ordered Mr. Stivers to put down the substance. Instead, he took a deep drag and exhaled into my face while exclaiming profanities. And when he pushed me, I responded in the manner outlined in the state's police manual.
You subdued him with your nightstick.
Yes, that's correct.
And you never drew your gun.
No, I have never drawn my gun while on duty.
On duty? There's no duty. He's a freak in a costume.
It's not your turn. Behave yourself in a court of law. Don't speak unless spoken to. Do you understand? I asked, Mr. Stivers, do you understand?
I think I'm beginning to understand. Which is the most important thing, after all. Counsel, are we through here?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'll make my ruling tomorrow.
Come on. You gonna knock it over too?
Hold on. You guys getting a little fresh air? Yeah. It's funny because the air seems fine to me. Is there something else out there you guys are looking at?
Nah, we don't know what you're talking about. Check it. Brian said that it was chill for us to go out there.
You're out.
Oh, man, who tried to beat you, King? Man, we have rights. This is child abuse, man.
Brian. Oso and Benny were out on the fire escape getting high.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
I'll talk to them.
I kicked them out. Told them to come back when they weren't high or holding. I mean, what use are the rules if nobody follows them?
Well, what use are we if no kids come in here off the street? We're an oasis for these kids. All day long they get hassled and scared. Authority doesn't work for them. Sometimes we look the other way for the bigger picture.
If cops find out kids are using in here, they'll shut us down.
I'm not talking about this place turning into a shooting gallery. You gotta be pragmatic. This is the real world. When nobody's getting hurt, sometimes you look the other way. Because if we don't, we lose them. And if we lose them, the next stop is the morgue or worse.
Shouldn't they learn some respect for authority?
Authority only works for people who concede to it. These kids aren't the obedient type or they wouldn't be here.
Or maybe if they learn to follow a few simple rules, no drugs, no violence, then they wouldn't be here either.
You respect the rules. I admire that. But you were brought up well. I mean, regardless of what you've been through or what you've done, you were raised by human beings. Most of these kids were not. You got to remember, we're earning their trust back after every adult in their lives has let them down.
So what do I do? Go out there, find them, bring them back?
Well, that's the thing about this place, Kyle. Gonna get plenty of chances to get it right.
You stocking up for Armageddon?
You're free, right?
Yeah.
Well, my boyfriend left for California last night. Said he'd come and get me in a few weeks. Think I can hack it on my own till then.
Come on, you don't have a boyfriend.
Maybe I could stay with you?
I'm one step from homeless myself. I don't even know where I'm sleeping tonight.
Or I'll go to Florida.
You don't have enough money to get to Florida.
You could give me some money.
Why would I do that?
Well, I won't have regular sex with you, but I'll use my hand or my mouth.
Maybe we should find something a little less drastic and a little more tenable than prostitution.
Hustling from time to time is not the same as being a whore.
Why, you don't think whores can work part-time hours?
What?
The point is, there's a job board here. There's shelters, there are programs. You have a choice. Why don't you take a shower, put on some clean clothes, and we'll figure out what to do next.
What do I do with my pack?
What's in there?
My stuff.
I can check it for weapons or drugs, and we can stash it in a locker.
You're gonna go through my stuff.
That's the rules.
Forget it then.
Wait. Forget the rules. Put your knapsack in my personal locker. That way I don't have to go through it.
What do I gotta do?
Call home. Let them know you're at least alive. Deal?
It was just a joke.
You put down street signs for a joke? On whom?
Our football team. They got beat real bad, so Nick and I decided to do something to tease the players. Let them know how bad they played. We were gonna cut down signs. Slow, children at play, do not pass, and turkey crossing, and put them on the field. Like a social commentary. But we never cut down a stop sign. What's funny about that?
And had you been drinking?
A little bit of beer, and that's all.
That's him.
Excuse me, what's going on?
Sorry, Your Honor, but the assistant state's attorney is dropping the reckless endangerment charges.
What are the police doing in my courtroom?
The victim of this prank, Roy Luciak, died this morning of his injuries. These two are to be arrested on manslaughter charges.
Oh, my God.
Not in my courtroom.
Your Honor.
Not in my courtroom, Mr. Lynchburg. I have no choice but to terminate these proceedings. Mr. Lynchburg, I hope in your next day in court you have more than the circumstantial evidence that you've provided in this hearing.
Well, all due respect, Your Honor, that depends on whichever judge is assigned the manslaughter case.
We killed someone.
Nikki, shut up.
I was driving. Smashed into that stop sign. It was me.
I mean it, Nikki. Stop.
Stop speaking now.
No! The guy died. We knocked over that stop sign and now he's...
Nikki!
He's dead. I'm sorry. I am so sorry.
Would that be my lunch?
Lunch becomes community property after 4:30 p.m. That's common knowledge. Besides, it's tuna. I was afraid it might develop botulism and kill you.
All right. You don't have to move out of my house.
Pardon?
Was that why you're here? All I require is a little discretion. Sneaking girls out of the house before dawn is a time-honored tradition, or maybe you should just go home with them and save us all a lot of heartache.
No, I'm sorry. I sort of forgot about living arrangements.
Then why are you here?
I guess I'm confused about work.
Confused?
Yes, I can't tell when I'm being manipulated or whether someone's lying to me or whether someone's actually trying to reach out.
Do what your boss says.
Yeah, I tried that. This does not sit well with me.
You're you. He's not. Anything else?
Yeah, you gonna let Killer Mom out of jail so she can raise her second boy?
That is a confidential file.
We're in the same business, basically, and besides, it's obvious I'm a little low on experience.
I removed the second child yesterday. He was covered with bruises. The father said wrestling practice.
Wow. You think the father beat the first child to death and the mom took the rap?
I don't know. Either way, neither one of them is fit to be a parent. They just don't feel like abusive parents to me. Or maybe my instincts are becoming dulled.
Well, what if you aren't losing your touch?
I didn't say anything about losing my touch. I said my instincts were becoming dulled. There's a difference. The boy was covered with bruises.
There have been a couple of studies recently regarding S protein deficiencies. Widespread bruising, possibility of brain hemorrhage. Isn't that what killed the first boy?
Yes?
I read it in the New England Journal of Medicine. Maybe it's worth checking out. You have the boy in DCF custody, you just order a blood test. exactly is the difference between losing touch and dull instincts?
If you were the least bit curious, I would explain it to you, but since you are simply mocking me, you may wallow in ignorance for the rest of your life.
Where'd you sleep last night?
In the shelter?
I trusted you, did not look inside the pack. Now you have to live up to your end of the bargain.
What am I supposed to say?
Start with, "Hi, Mom, I'm alive." See where it goes from there.
I hate my mother.
My advice is not to lead with that particular piece of information.
Kyle,
Yeah,
is this a good time?
sure.
Listen, the other day when you said you knew a place, I knew you were just trying to get me to back off. No, it's all right. I know I can be a little gung-ho. I just have one more idea, and then I'll leave you alone. I promise. Can I tell you my idea?
Of course, Julian.
If you don't mind sharing, Vincent's old roommate still hasn't found anyone.
Vincent's place?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be a little weird?
Yeah.
I mean, Amy would go berserk.
No, you're right. It's too single white female. I should take a hint and back off.
I don't want to be Vincent.
Oh, no one thinks you do.
I can't just move into his old life.
No, of course not. I'm sorry.
I mean, Amy would go berserk.
What was that?
More first-rate work by Kyle McCarty.
One day, Philip Dunbar put on a uniform and a badge and a gun and presented himself as a police officer at Franklin High School. And by all reports, he did a terrific job. He was well-liked and just and respected. He made a difference. Robert Stivers may or may not be a drug dealer. I think he probably is. And Philip Dunbar confronted him as such. In the ensuing melee, Philip Dunbar used his nightstick to subdue Robert Stivers, and in doing so, injured him. Perhaps your intentions were laudable. I think you probably wanted nothing more than to impress people. But the truth is, you impersonated a police officer. You didn't earn the respect you so clearly crave. You simply put it on like a set of clothes. But all of that pales next to the reality that every day, for 8 months, you carried a loaded gun into a high school full of kids. For 8 months, you posed as the first bulwark against danger. But in reality, as you demonstrated in this very courtroom, you were the danger. Robert Stivers is proof of that. Philip Dunbar, I find you delinquent on all counts and sentence you to the new juvenile facility until your 18th birthday.
Your Honor, surely you're being a bit harsh. This is basically a good boy.
No, Miss Willings. He's a well-liked boy. Here's the difference.
What's up, my man?
My stuff is gone.
Somebody broke into your locker?
Not exactly.
Well, how'd they get the combination?
I trusted someone.
Anna? You let Anna borrow your locker?
Yeah. I trusted her.
Man, when I said to trust these kids, I didn't mean with your personal property. I mean, these street kids will run off with anything that's not nailed down. The worst thing is, we'll never see her again because she burned you. It's a double penalty, bro.
God, I'm in quicksand here. Do I obey the rules or bend them? Are there even any rules to follow, or are they just suggestions? How the hell do you people function?
How much did you lose?
Shirt, a couple of library books. Most of my paycheck. I've been looking for an apartment. I figured, what, with the security deposit and all.
Ouch, my brother.
Will this test prove that my dad doesn't beat me? Why can't you just believe me?
Jeremy, Sometimes children will defend their parents no matter what.
What's wrong with him?
Well, it's not an emergency, Mr. Kreiner. I arranged for Jeremy to be tested for a protein deficiency that may explain the bruises.
Would that prove I don't hit my son?
He's never hit me. I told him, Dad. He's never hit me, not once.
Mr. Kreiner. This is the first time ever I find myself hoping that a child has a medical condition.
I thought I was helping someone, but it's all very confusing. And the upshot is she stole my wallet and all my ID.
Oh, that is cold.
So in over my head at this place.
Yeah, I don't mean to be cruel, but if you don't have any money, how do you intend to pay your rent?
Oh, I can make rent. What might be difficult is a security deposit. This month, anyway.
Hello.
Judge Gray, a truly horrendous act has been perpetrated. A homeless girl stole Kyle's wallet right out of his locker.
Oh, how'd she get the combination?
It's a long story.
Kyle heard that I have a room for rent.
Having some trouble finding places?
I admit it's a tighter market than I imagined.
Oh, too true. Too true. You know, I could have my pick of any number of tenants.
So I guess what you want is to not move out of my mother's house.
Why? Would you let me stay?
Hey, it wasn't my idea for you to leave. You offered.
Actually, Jillian offered.
I haven't said yes yet. It's a complicated process.
You think I will beg for you to stay at my mother's house just so that you won't take Vincent's place at Donna's?
You were a paranoid girl, now you're a paranoid lady.
Well, you were a manipulative kid, and now you're a manipulative man.
If my mentor says no to this arrangement, then I'll have to rescind my offer.
Oh, no, Donna. Your mentor says absolutely yes to this arrangement.
She does?
There are still a few details.
You know, all you had to do was ask, Kyle. Maybe promise not to have sex in front of my daughter, but no, you had to work the angles. How soon can he move in?
Well, that depends on how the interview goes.
Thrombophilia?
That's correct. It causes excessive blood clotting.
Is Jeremy all right?
It's treatable. Jeremy can lead a fairly normal life. He's going to have to give up wrestling, and it would be better if he wasn't struck.
You mean by me?
Yes, Mrs. Kreiner. I mean by you. Genetically speaking, there's a very good chance your older son had this disease.
Oh, my God. For 7 years, I have been in here, away from my husband and my baby, and they accused me of beating my son to death, but I always knew that they were wrong. That I was not a murderer, that I did not kill Dale. I just gave him a little slap. Oh, my God. I did kill him. I am a murderer. I killed my son. Oh!
Mrs. Kreiner, you are not a murderer.
I am. He had this disease, and I slapped him, and then he died.
The disease killed him, not you. I'm going to recommend that you be allowed to rejoin your husband and your son.
No, I shouldn't. I shouldn't be allowed anywhere near him.
I'm going to recommend that you be allowed to make a family again, because that's what Jeremy deserves. His mother and his father. I wouldn't make this recommendation if I thought you were a murderer. I don't think that he should be motherless any longer, do you?
You are employed.
Yes, I was robbed at work. Ergo, I have employment. To be at work.
Would you describe your prospects as good?
If I don't murder someone or get murdered, I'd say they're iffy.
Do you smoke? Say no.
Yes, I smoke, but only outside. I started in rehab.
Rehab? You some kind of druggie?
I'm a recovering addict. How's this interview going?
What drug?
I got into pills when I was in residency.
You a doctor?
Technically.
That could come in very handy around here. Do you feel any chemistry?
Chemistry.
Yeah, I mean, we have to feel some kind of, neurons firing. Don't you think? We're gonna live together.
Oh, neurons, yeah. I feel them.
Welcome to Shea Kozlowski, Kyle.
I had a 3-flavor day.
I had a 5-flavor day.
Well, we only have 3 flavors.
That'll have to do then.
I almost let a kid guilty of manslaughter go free.
I informed a mother she had inadvertently killed her child.
Coming up next on TNT's Prime Time in the Daytime, is a young boy guilty of a school board member's murder? Find out on Law and Order, next on TNT.
A kid from Curacao who beat a woman because he believed she was a witch. A kid selling drugs at a drive-through window of a burger joint.
Great. You want fries with that Coke?
2 kids tossing rats into cars in traffic. And a custody fight over a blue-tongued skink.
I don't want to know what that is.
It's a lizard. The woman claims it's possessed by her dead son's spirit. Now the neighbors come over to pet it and to look for the lotto numbers on the skin.
Am I the only one who can hear civilization screeching to a halt?
No, I hear it.
So jammed up. Judge Gray,
Judge Crumble.
do you know Judge Novak?
Well, yes, hi. This is my CSO,
Bruce Van Exel.
Mr. Van Exel.
Well, I'm glad we ran into you, Judge Gray. I was just talking to Barry about the members' dinner for the Connecticut Coalition for Judicial Reform. Will you and your CSO be attending?
I can't make it.
Amy? We could use more judges from family and juvenile.
no, I will go. I've already missed the last 2.
Great. Want me to drive?
Oh, we're going together?
Well, I live near you.
You know where I live? Yes, of course you do.
So I'll pick you up tomorrow night. What, 7?
7 sounds great.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Van Exel.
Judge Crumble, Judge Novak.
Did he just ask me out?
volcano doesn't make enough lava to scare the dinosaurs.
Oh, no. I don't think you should add any more baking soda.
If I'm gonna win the science fair, it has to look real.
Well, you got this fiery meteor closing in on them. I think it looks great.
Amy, please call the Census Bureau and tell them they're off by 1.
Why?
Because I'm going to kill Kyle. He begged me to set up a breakfast meeting for him at a halfway house. I called him. I paged. I'm working on a Celtic curse.
What made you think he'd be here just because he said he would?
It's becoming clear that on the McCarty family tree, Kyle constitutes the sap. Oh, finally.
Do we miss him?
Who?
Kyle. Well, you said he was coming by. I thought maybe he could take a look at Ned.
Yes, Ned has a common cold, but why remain calm when we can panic?
Maybe Ned has bubonic plague or botulism.
Lauren, where have you heard of those?
Chanel's exhibit is on diseases of the world.
Well, while you're all in such a good mood, I thought you might like to know I've joined the Polar Bear Club. We're jumping in the Hockanum River Saturday morning.
You'll catch your death of cold.
You might as well tangle with pneumonia.
When I hit that water, I'll feel more alive than I've ever felt before.
Wouldn't you also get that feeling from hitting yourself in the head with a hammer?
Or changing a diaper?
All right, I'm tired of waiting on the curse. I'm going to go and murder my nephew in person.
Okay, bye, Mom. Have a good time.
Bye, Mom. So, Amy, you want to do it too?
Jump in freezing cold water? No.
Carpe diem? Suck the marrow from life?
No.
Take some time to think about it if you need to.
Okay. No.
As a high school principal, the safety of my students is my top priority. So when Jamie Sturdivant tells another student, "You're on my Columbine list," I am compelled to take action.
Even though my client was not at school at the time and made the remark as a joke.
Your Honor, we have a zero-tolerance policy when it comes to weapons and violence. We don't allow for jokes.
Was the defendant's statement the sole cause for your complaint?
No, there were several disturbing issues. We found drawings of Nazi swastikas in his notebook.
Weren't those sketches part of a report he was doing on the Holocaust?
Yes, but there was more. When police went to the defendant's home, they found a shotgun in one of the closets.
Did my client not explain that the shotgun belonged to his father, a licensed hunter?
I have to consider the cumulative effect of evidence. When assigned to do a one-act play on the problems facing schools today, he focused on school violence.
Is he wrong?
No. Of course, violence is a problem, but put yourself in my shoes. Swastikas, shotguns, a play about violence, and a remark about Columbine. What if I ignore the signs and something terrible happens?
Isn't that really what this is all about, Miss Darnell? Making sure your liability is covered if something terrible happens.
I am concerned for the safety of the student body and faculty.
I have no more questions, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Darnell.
Welcome to Teen Harbor. How may I help or assist you?
I'm looking for Kyle McCarty.
What do you want him for?
Ow! Ow! It's personal.
And you would be...
I would be opening that gate if I were you.
Excuse me?
Open it.
You don't have to get hostile.
No, I don't, but it saves so much time.
Maxine, what are you... Oh my God, the halfway house thing.
Exactly.
I totally forgot. This kid has a job interview and needed me to coach him.
It's bad enough you stood me up, but I had to make excuses for you to a very cranky halfway house administrator.
They tend to start out cranky. I apologize. I got wrapped up in this.
I could set up another meeting. Hey! I know that boy. Hey! Open this stupid gate.
You mean Mouse? What's the matter?
Miss Humphreys, I see on your mail log your kids had fish sticks on Monday. But when I cross-check your grocery receipts, there's no record of you buying any.
Well, I didn't falsify it. My mother brought dinner over. What's the big deal?
The big deal is Judge Gray wants to know exactly what your children are eating.
Well, they're eating good. What do I have to do to prove that I'm sorry?
You look tired.
Really? 3 kids and 2 jobs, and I look tired?
You're not hungover, are you?
Oh, man, you people do not let up, do you?
Miss Humphreys, it's my job to make sure your children don't end up locked in the basement for 3 days.
It's back when I was drinking.
Exactly.
I'm just tired. That's all.
This is your 3rd time in front of Judge Gray. Though I can't speak for her, I say it's your last chance to hang on to your children.
I'm aware of my history, Mr. Van Exel. How could I not be? You remind me every 5 minutes. I want my children too much to start drinking again.
Then I'll see you back here on Friday.
Dr. Byers, you administered the psychological assessment of the defendant, didn't you?
Yes. Jamie Sturdivant is of average intelligence, personable, somewhat quiet and unassuming, with a select few friends.
Is there anything in his past that might indicate a capacity for violence?
He was involved in a couple of fistfights in school, and he was also suspended for vandalizing a rival school.
Did you administer a thematic apperception test on Mr. Sturdivant?
Yes, I did. Projective testing indicates a level of frustration and anger beyond that expected for a male his age.
Thank you, Dr. Byers.
Mr. Lamoureux?
When were these fistfights in school?
One was in the 5th grade, one was in the 7th.
But Mr. Sturdivant is in 9th grade now. 2 fights that long ago hardly make him a hooligan.
Well, I was asked if he had the capacity for violence. Fistfights at any age verify the capacity.
And this vandalism. Wasn't Mr. Sturdivant one of several students suspended for what turned out to be a prank during homecoming week?
Again, I have to make an interpretation that is based on behavior.
Dr. Byers, can you say with any degree of certainty that Mr. Sturdivant is a threat to his classmates?
He fits the profile of a student who might act out violently in school.
So do thousands of others who never resort to violence. Isn't that true?
Well, I think thousands is misleading.
Dr. Byer, if Mr. Sturdivant is a ticking bomb, he's ticking very quietly, isn't he?
It's not the ticking that concerns me, Mr. Lamoureux. It's the explosion, which, believe me, will come. A bomb doesn't want to keep time. You see, a bomb wants to explode.
Dr. Byers, tone it down.
Well, that's not my job, Your Honor. I'm afraid that's yours. My job is to warn people to the very best of my ability.
I suppose we should consider ourselves warned.
In my opinion, absolutely.
Hello?
So what time you want to do that, yo? All right, cool. Cool, yeah, we can meet about that time. Right. All right, man, I'll holler.
Can you tell me where I might find Eric Black?
Who?
Mouse.
Yeah, I can. For $1.
How about this hairdo? You tell me where he is, and I won't throw your bony ass out that window.
Try the vending machines.
Thank you so much.
I'm Brian Whitaker, program director. What seems to be the problem?
There's no problem. I'm looking for a boy named Eric Black. His street name is Mouse.
May I ask what your business is?
Yes, I'm Maxine Gray with the Department of Children and Families. He's run away from his foster home, and I'd like to find out why.
Well, I can certainly tell him that you were here. Whether or not he'd like to speak to you is up to him. I'm sure you can find your way out.
Mr. Whitaker, I'm very concerned Eric is living on the street.
I appreciate that. The Teen Harbor is an outreach program whose success depends on the kids' willingness to trust us. If I were to take you to Mouse, it would seem to those kids like he was being busted. Frankly, most of them come here to get away from that.
Would it help to know that I'm Kyle McCarty's aunt?
No. And I would appreciate it if you'd leave.
Mr. Whitaker, I see children making out. I see children sleeping. They need more than just a place to hang around.
Teen Harbor is a privately funded, nonprofit organization. DCF has no jurisdiction here. And with all due respect, if DCF did his job, places like this wouldn't need to exist. Now, if you leave me your name and number, I'll be happy to let Mouse know that you'd like to speak to him.
I can't see how letting a boy live on the street can do anyone any good at all.
If you're not coming to the banquet because you're seeing Andrea, you can always invite her to come along.
I was going to see Andrea, but I had to postpone. One of our neglect case mothers has me worried, so I'm gonna stake her out.
Don't you have people to do that?
Yes, me.
So you canceled your second date. It's a very bad sign, my friend.
She understood.
Okay.
Olivia Humphrey's back in court Friday. I have to know if she's drinking again.
I said okay.
What would you do?
I would invite Andrea to come along.
To freeze to death in a parked car?
Well, she'll say no, but at least you'll know you're not blowing her off.
Well, if she says yes.
Then she's either hot for you or dangerously psychotic.
On my luck, it'll be both.
Oh, Kyle, the most amazing thing happened. I won a ticket to Rob Zombie tomorrow night.
Rob Zombie? Wow.
At a grocery store raffle. Isn't that incredible?
I suppose in some perversely hideous way it is. Why do we have truffles and water chestnuts, no actual edible food?
I only have one problem, and I hate to ask you, but I would forever be in your debt if you would do this for me.
I think I feel a note coming on.
Could you babysit Ariadne?
Yep, there it is now.
Mrs. LaRusso's out of town, and I've asked everybody else, and it's Rob Zombie, Kyle. You're my last chance.
I'm sorry. Where is the peanut butter?
In the freezer. Vincent used to babysit Ariadne all the time.
Vincent is a very good man.
He just loved Ariadne, and so would you, if you just spend some time with her.
It's not a good idea for me to be around babies. I'm an addict.
Her father's a murderer. It's an improvement.
Donna, if you ask me to do something and I'm not free to decline without guilt, we have a relationship based on fear and obligation.
Well, okay.
Is that what you want?
No, but it's Rob Zombie!
Donna, I'm sorry. Even if I would, I can't. I'm up to my ears in work and 12 steps. I'm going out to get something to eat.
What about being of service?
Not on that step yet.
I will bet a dime.
Kick a nickel.
Are you paying attention? I didn't take any cards. That means I probably have at least a straight. Most of poker is paying attention to what the other guy does.
Make it a dime.
All right. It's your money.
Full house. Aces over jacks. Thanks for coming out.
Your daughter is scamming me again. I would never have taught her how to play poker if I'd known she was going to get this good at it.
You didn't teach me. Kyle did.
Oh, really?
Well, he taught me how to play good.
Well, what do you think? You look fine. Of course, you look fine in the other 3 outfits, too.
Well, I don't know what I'm getting into, so I don't know what to wear.
What did he say exactly?
He said exactly. It would be good to have more judges from juvenile and family.
That's not a date.
but he's picking me up.
That could be a date, and he's establishing feasible deniability if things don't go well.
Well, if it's not a date, then I'm free to mingle. If it is a date, I'm not. You know what to do.
Why doesn't Mom answer the door?
Because entrance is everything.
Hey!
It's Kyle!
Maxine, can I talk to you for a minute?
You don't have to ring the bell. You know your family.
I'll let you be the judge of that after we talk.
Honey, go upstairs and tell your mother that it's not her date, or whatever he is. Tell her she can hold off on the grand entrance.
Brian said he had a little run-in with you. He said you marched through Teen Harbor like a stormtrooper and threatened to throw some kid out a window.
Oh, I probably wouldn't have done that.
We work really hard to create an atmosphere where street kids feel comfortable there. And a government agent scowling and flashing a badge makes that comfort level go way down.
Who said I was scowling?
I've seen you when you're upset. You scowl.
I don't think I was scowling.
Whatever. The point is, if you want to talk to somebody at Teen Harbor, let me handle it. I've only been there a couple of weeks. At least let me get some seniority before you come in like some gunslinger in a saloon.
Hey, you guys. Can you guys argue somewhere else? Barry's gonna be here any minute.
Old game of politics, huh? Trying to impress a big shot judge?
No.
So it's a romantic thing?
Don't even try and figure it out, Kyle. That boy I saw the other day that you called Mouse,
Yeah?
his name is Eric Black. He's run away from his foster home. I would like to talk to him.
Fine, I'll dig him up. Are we square on this?
Yes.
Good. I'll call you. Amy, whatever it is you're up to, you look nice.
Nice. I better change.
If you're going to all this trouble, let's just officially declare the thing a date. Let's go. It's your deal.
Yes, it's under Van Exel for 2. Okay, great, thank you. I pushed our reservation back 2 hours.
You want some more coffee?
I would like to pour this on my feet right now. They're freezing.
I'm sorry. Oh. You want to get under this?
Wait a minute, you've had this the whole time? Why didn't you say something?
I thought you would think I was trying to get you under a blanket. There you go, here.
Thank you. No, you too. Get under.
Thank you.
See? Just show a girl a few amenities on a stakeout and you get rewards.
Have a Powerball we can split.
Oh, no. I'm not ruining the steak and lobster you're buying me after we know you're alcoholic.
Steak and lobster. Yeah. Sounds expensive.
The justice system it's almost like Dickens' time. Except in his day, they hung everybody. I'll give you an example.
Since lawyers can't be hypothetical in court, they love to be hypothetical at dinner.
A kid kills his abusive old man the day before his 16th birthday. Gets counseling. Everyone weeps for him. Exact same kid kills his abusive old man the day after his 16th birthday. He gets the chair. Now, is that fair?
Me?
Well, you are the resident expert.
Well, I think that if he kills 2 abusive fathers in 2 days, this family has real problems.
There's no serious answer to that question. That doesn't make my point.
Well, I don't like to pontificate on the justice system over chocolate cake.
I believe it's gâteau mousse.
That's a fair question, Aaron.
I'm not sure it is a fair question. Not the way you put it, I mean.
Oh, seeking refuge in semantics. I do that in court when I need to stall for time.
The beauty of juvenile court, Mr. Hackett, is that each case is judged on its own merit, unconstrained by precedent or mandatory sentencing the way adult court is. It may be a little bit more complicated than what you're used to.
And you can dress it up any way you want, but I know chocolate cake when I see it.
Sylvia, well, why don't you and I start an affair immediately?
I'd like to, Barry. Really, I would, except that I'm currently married to Bill. You dating anyone?
Free as a bird.
Hey guys, have any of you seen Mouse?
Stays with some dude.
Does this dude have a name?
I think Mouse calls him Daddy. Probably shoot hoops at the rec center on Hawthorne.
Day 226, the surviving crew, cold and hungry, stoically faced a terrible resolve. That night they would feed off of human flesh.
You want to split that power bar?
I want all of that power bar.
How about half? And I promise we leave in 10 minutes.
Okay, but I only hope half is enough to stave off delirium.
Okay, fine. Any other complaints?
My hands are freezing.
Give them to me.
What are you gonna do with them?
Just give them to me. There she is.
You know, it's sob story after sob story of kids who not only deserve a second chance, but a third, a fourth, a fifth, a 20th ad infinitum. The juvenile court will never live up to its rehabilitative promise, and the lower standard of due process is no longer acceptable by most people.
Phil, why are you monopolizing Judge Gray? Gordon here's a journalist. Why don't you pick on him?
Thank you.
I'm trying to learn something, Barry. You can't learn anything from journalists.
You know what I'd like to discuss?
It's not like judges are ever held to task.
He doesn't care what you want to discuss. He doesn't care what anyone thinks. He just keeps talking and talking, pretending to be asking questions, when really, in fact, he's just holding forth. Look, I have tried to be polite as you've ruined my dinner because I'm here as a guest of Barry's, which means, by the way, that you should have shut down this loudmouth a long time ago.
Oh.
Would you care for this dance?
Not really.
Oh, please. I'm not a deadhead. Don't make me go out there and dance alone.
Church stonewall the skins. Down to the final buzzer. Pivots leap. Score! Nice shot. Okay. Time to hit the showers. Get something to eat.
Hey, Mouse. I need to talk to you for a second.
Who's that? Guy from Teen Harbor. I don't like you hanging out at that place.
Maybe you could take your shower alone and let Eric and I talk.
I'll wait.
Guess you would. Who's this guy to you?
A friend.
What's his name?
Dante. Dante Markham. He lets me crash at his place. Look, what do you want?
Not me. Maxine Gray. You know her?
Sure. She was nice to me.
She just found out you bolted from foster care. She's concerned.
Well, tell her I'm fine.
If you know anything about Maxine Gray, you know that's not gonna fly.
When?
Now.
All right, let me grab a shower.
Right. Excuse me, sir. Go ahead. I don't think you really need a shower.
Oh, I think I do. What are you doing?
Memorizing your face to go with your name, Dante Markham. Dante Markham. I'm not likely to forget that.
What's your problem, man?
Do you know how old that boy is? Do you know the age of consent in this state? Because those two numbers, they don't add up, Mr. Dante Markham. I gotta tell you, I'm standing right here, and even though you have a very definite smell, I really don't think you need a shower.
Kid knows where to find me.
Yeah.
If everything was okay, what changed?
Everything was okay for a while, until Debbie tried to get me interested in... you know.
Debbie is another foster child in the family?
No, their real daughter. Totally cheerleader type. When I told her I wasn't interested, she figured it out and told everyone else.
Then that's when you left.
I don't have to put up with that anymore. I can make it on my own now.
You're 16 years old. You know exactly what Mr. Dante Markham wants in return.
I can handle him.
Sure, until he's standing over your bed in the middle of the night.
Eric, why didn't you come to me?
What could you do?
Find you another foster placement? Arrange early entrance into an independent living program? Bring you to my house?
You said that was against the rules.
It's also against the rules to run away from your foster family and move in with a sexual predator. It would only be until we found you a better situation.
Bonus, no one at Maxine's house is gonna force you to take showers with them.
Who decides if the situation is better?
You do.
Okay. Deal.
Oh, dear.
I'm kidding.
Kyle, I told your aunt this afternoon to stop hassling people here at Teen Harbor.
She came as my guest.
Well, you're here after closing time. The doors are locked at 10 o'clock, no exceptions. We'll talk about this in the morning.
Come on, Maxine, we'll go at the back.
It's all there.
Hey! Hey, man, come on, man! Let's get out of this book!
All right, that does it. That's it.
Maxine, what are you doing?
My name is Maxine Graham with the Department of Children and Families. I'd like to talk to the officer in charge, please.
Well, it was kind of a rocky, whatever it was we had.
Well, it wasn't a date. Because on a date, I'm very charming. I even flirt a little bit.
Are you flirting now?
You want me to flirt?
Maybe we could try pizza and a beer and a movie. See how that goes? Pretend this evening never happened.
Well, if we're going to see each other again, this evening better not have happened.
Good night. I'll call you.
It was a joke. I mean, everyone jokes about Columbine. If I joke about Custer's Last Stand, you guys gonna search my locker for arrows?
What about the swastikas?
They were for a report about the Holocaust. I mean, how do you do that story without talking about the Nazis?
What about the shotgun in your father's closet?
I didn't even know where he kept it.
Tell me about the play you wrote.
Well, it was a school project. Just for marks. It's not like I believed any of it.
See? Anything else, Mr. Lamoureux?
No, Your Honor.
Just a minute, Mr. Sturdivant. Why did you write about the Holocaust?
We were supposed to write a report about World War II.
And why didn't you write about Midway Island or the Battle of the Bulge?
I don't know. I found the concentration camps interesting.
Interesting?
Yeah, just interesting. You know how the people who were on top were suddenly the people that were being crushed? But they got the tables turned on them.
So the Holocaust is the story of revenge?
Yeah. It was just interesting. I mean, that's all.
Thank you. That's all.
Your Honor, is there more you need?
No. I will have my decision in an hour.
A police tape usually means stay out.
What are you doing here?
Looking for you.
Why?
I've felt the need to explain my actions.
Not to apologize?
Definitely not to apologize. Why are you picking that lock?
I want to get in. Two things I learned in my drug days. No means yes, and closed means open.
Why do you want to get in?
Remember that kid I stood you up for the other morning? I'm trying to help him get a job. There are resumes, letters of reference. He still needs that stuff if he wants to change his life.
It's a good idea, you know, Teen Harbor.
It's a good idea which you shut down.
Teenagers need discipline. They crave borders and structure. The way Teen Harbor was being run, they weren't getting any of that.
It's that simple, huh?
No, nothing is that simple, Kyle. Nothing is abstract or obtuse or fascinating or gray or worthy of literature. Teenagers are narcissistic, addiction is exciting, and responsibility is boring. You were enabling them.
Fine. You're right. This place had problems, but these kids, they're clinging to their last rung. You think shutting this place down is really the best option?
Dealing drugs, a place to hang out, a place to avoid the police, and your boss, what's his name?
Ryan Whitaker.
In complete denial. Yes, I believe shutting down Teen Harbor was my only option.
So some throwaway kid finally gets the nerve to reach out, and he shows up to find police tape and a lock. Now say that kid's name is Eric Black.
The world is a scary place these days. The mundane has become menacing. The ordinary has become ominous, and we demand zero tolerance because we feel vulnerable. A young man, not unlike so many others, is singled out as a threat, even though everything he's been charged with can be explained. Are we here because a nervous high school principal is overreacting? Or are we simply paranoid? Yet I am uneasy. Maybe it's because I know where my 6th grade track medal is in my house, and you claim not to have known there was a shotgun in the closet. Maybe it's because in the play you wrote, the hero murders the bullies who picked on him and gets the girl. Maybe it's because you find the Holocaust interesting as a cautionary tale for those on top. An example of vengeful justice. There's too much revenge swirling around you, and I think that does make you a threat. Therefore, the motion to transfer to criminal court is granted, and you will be held in custody pending trial.
Oh, come on, Ariadne. This jar is really hard to open, and it's your favorite. It's strained spinach filled with nutrients.
Hey, Donna. Isn't tonight Rob Zombie?
I couldn't get a babysitter. Oh, come on, Ariadne, down the hatch.
That really was your last chance, huh?
I never joke about Rob Zombie. Who's the adolescent?
Donna, this is Eric. Eric, this is Donna. Eric has been officially certified by the National Board of Babysitters.
Really?
No, he made that up. But, I've done plenty of babysitting before.
Thanks.
Hey, yum yum, delicious. Come on. Yum. What's that?
Let me ask you something. Eric?
Oui.
You, murderer or anything?
No.
I'll vouch for that.
Congratulations, you got the job. I pay $7.50 an hour. I'll be back around midnight. You know, unless Rob beckons me backstage. Be good, Ariadne. Mama's gonna rock out with the Zomboids.
What are you doing?
The T-Rex's arm broke off. I'm waiting for the glue to dry. Am I argumentative?
Yes.
How can you say that? Okay. Is that a bad thing? I don't know. How do you not know?
Well, I've learned the value of not knowing. I take it your date went badly.
It wasn't a date. It was more like a business date. Except at the end.
What does that mean? A business date? That doesn't mean anything.
I'm not even sure how much I like him. He's so arrogant and so Republican.
Your father was a Republican.
He was not.
Mm-hmm.
He was? How did that work?
We didn't discuss politics.
What did you discuss?
Everything else. And then there'd come the time of day when we both stopped talking.
Mother.
Oh, Amy. Hey, I just want to remind you, I'll pick you up 6 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Why?
For the polar bear swim.
Peter, I'm not going.
Eat something hearty. Oh, or better yet, we'll go for pancakes. Stoke our furnaces.
I have no intention of participating in your midlife crisis ritual.
Here, smear this all over yourself. It'll keep your heart from stopping during that first mighty jolt.
I have no intention of smearing that anywhere.
Ooh, I gotta go. 6 a.m.
I'm not going. Peter, I'm not going.
6 a.m.
I'm not.
I think your bathing suit is down the basement.
You ever wonder what happened?
To what?
Just sitting around, minding their own business. Suddenly this meteor hits or this volcano erupts and poof. They never even saw it coming.
What if they had? I mean, there's no real advantage in seeing it coming, Amy. You just smear your body with grease and hope your heart doesn't stop.
Coming up next on TNT's Prime Time in the Daytime, Amy faces a tough decision on a mother's ability to care for her child. Don't miss the drama of Judging Amy, next on TNT.
I know she has a field trip. I signed a permission slip. Well, look at her backpack. Well, look at her lunchbox. Yeah, I told you. Oh, what's a little mustard? You can still read the signature. I had breakfast. I got something on my way to work. Oatmeal. Mom, I have exactly 5 minutes to relax before starting my day, okay? Oh, you're breaking up. Bye.
I have an idea. Judge Gray.
I moved the Harris evidentiary hearing to tomorrow.
Donna's in my chambers with something on an easel.
You agreed to cover a civil case for Judge Rudy while he was out for knee surgery? Old college football injury?
Judges should not play college ball.
Well, the good news is you get to hear it on your own turf. Due to lack of available space in civil court.
Wow, the litigators are slumming it. Should we have valet parking?
That's right. About my idea.
Yeah, those look like blueprints.
Well, I took some engineering courses in college.
I don't hear ideas on blueprints.
I was thinking, if we had a playroom where kids could wait when they were here to testify in child molestation cases.
I'm hearing it, aren't I?
Then they wouldn't have to run into the defendant in the hall.
Donna, Judge Gray is not listening.
But also, statistics indicate that a lack of child care is one of the main reasons why parents miss their court dates.
We have trouble getting paper clips. Explain to Donna that no one's going to build us a room.
Nobody's going to build us a room.
But if a judge of your stature suggests it, well then...
This is not a hill I intend to die on. Or even start climbing.
Donna, what are you really up to?
Nothing. And if it helps children, then what's the difference?
Hello? I need someone to say all rise and the rest of it.
You're late.
Well, if you wanted me to be on time, you should have picked me up at Teen Harbor. Oh, wait. Teen Harbor got shut down thanks to your battle axe fascist aunt.
You reek. Take off your jacket. If you want an apartment, you have to at least look like you're trying. Oh, that's good. That's really good. Impress the landlord by identifying yourself with a mass murderer.
For your information, Charles Hanson is a misunderstood poet and musician.
Manson. Charles Manson. And he's a psychotic misanthrope. Remove the shirt, apply the deodorant to your pits, put on this shirt, then the jacket, in that order.
Put them on yourself.
Fine. Sleep on a scrap of damp cardboard in front of a doorway. Just one more bum for me to step over my way to Starbucks for a double latte.
Kids.
This would be your room. It used to be our son's.
As you can see, you'll have your own bedroom and bath.
Young man your age needs his privacy.
There'd be no problem about redecorating.
Oh, no, it's not
It's
as if there's
not
any...
a shrine, if that's what you're thinking. You could redecorate any way you'd like.
Make it your own place, completely.
And there are several other young people in the neighborhood. Lots of sidewalks for bike riding.
Bike riding?
Eric is 16. I'm afraid his sidewalk bike riding days are over.
Well, of course they are.
Well, it's just a really great neighborhood.
And a great room.
And it's in your school district, so you wouldn't have to change.
I'm gonna go down and wait in the car.
Oh. Let me talk to him. That was rude.
They're too old.
They're my age.
Is it all of them?
All of who?
Gay-friendly foster families. You gotta work through your whole list by now.
It's not a long list. You know, for a boy who was, for all intents and purposes, living on the street, you've gotten pretty fussy about where you lay your head at night.
We better hurry. To pick up Lauren.
Betty and Jeffrey Christopher are suing H. Marlis Incorporated, the Morley Corporation, and the Macmillan Company on behalf of their son, Jason Christopher, age 15, alleging these cigarette makers engaged in illegal advertising campaigns targeted towards children, which resulted in Jason's addiction and his subsequent smoking-related emphysema. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Pierpont, I'm surprised your employers haven't asked you to settle out of court.
Well, even better, Your Honor. We're requesting a summary judgment on the basis that Jason Christopher's emphysema was not caused by his use of tobacco.
Wow. America's waiting for that revelation, along with the identity of Nicole Simpson's real killers.
We're willing to produce our expert witness at a hearing before incurring the expense of a full-blown trial.
I'll hear that witness.
Your Honor.
Why protest, Miss Little? You'll get a preview of Mr. Pierpont's most compelling argument.
I withdraw my objection.
What's zounds mean?
It's pronounced zoons. It means God's wounds, a medieval exclamation.
Like yelling yikes. Why are you doing Shakespeare in the 3rd grade?
My teacher says we have to rewrite some stuff in our own words to show that we understand it.
Ooh, sanctioned plagiarism. How nice.
Mommy, you want to hear the play writing?
Rewriting. She'll claim credit for the Constitution next.
Absolutely.
The two noble kinsmen. What's that mean?
Of the same clan.
Family.
Lauren, your background is Irish. You should know the word clan.
The Two Noble Kinsmen by Lauren Cassidy.
And William Shakespeare. Got the forks, Shrimp?
Of course, I've been saying that to you for a while.
Lauren's gonna miss Eric when he's gone.
I know I shouldn't have brought him home, Amy, but I didn't see that I had any choice.
I like him. Lauren likes him. As far as I'm concerned, he can stay as long as you want.
I want him to stay just long enough to find a good foster situation. You think I don't know that it's bending the rules?
Mom, I'm not criticizing you.
Come on.
You can't take it personally. Getting an apartment is tough for anybody.
5th place we've been. Take a hint, man. This one's gonna say no, too.
Think positive thoughts.
I got a buddy with AIDS.
It's not exactly the type of positive I was talking about.
Now, the point is, if I did have AIDS, I'd have a place to crash.
You want to live in a hospice?
No, man. There's all these programs. If you got the virus, they help you find a place. They pitch in for part of the rent. It's a buy.
I'm not sure having an apartment is a good trade-off for, dying.
No, look. You get HIV, right? 10 years later, it turns into AIDS. 10 years after that, you croak. What, you think they won't have a cure in 20 years? You see, you gotta be thinking ahead all the time.
This is a moronic conversation.
Nobody's gonna give me a chance.
I have a good feeling about this one.
I'm afraid the application has been denied. Sorry.
That's the shock of the universe.
Why has Mr. Conklin's application been denied?
You don't want to know.
This ain't even my jacket if that's your problem, ma'am.
It is his right under the law to know why he is being denied shelter.
I couldn't say for sure, but maybe it's because no druggy street trash is going to live here, bringing out the police all hours of the
Mr.
night.
Conklin has had problems in the past, but he has taken impressive steps.
Maybe you never heard. I'm reformed.
Please. But didn't he like us? Eric is not only at a difficult age, he's a difficult placement because he's gay. We can deal with it.
As you know, we've had some experience with that. Our son, we lost him.
Yes. AIDS 6 years ago. I'm familiar with your file. I'm sorry. Look, I doubt you will ever be able to find foster parents as sympathetic to Eric's particular needs as Luther and I are, because we've been through this.
Couldn't you speak with Eric again?
Yeah, Help him understand that we could give him a good home. Maybe the best home he'll ever find.
You made a very wise decision. Although survivorship whole life offers no conversion option. Honey.
I'm sorry, I thought you'd be done.
Oh, we're just wrapping up. I'll draw up the paperwork and have it ready for you to sign next week. This is Mr. and Mrs. Williams, my wife, Jillian.
Hi.
Your daughter's absolutely beautiful.
Nicole takes after her mother, obviously.
Oh, well, your daughter's beautiful, too.
He's a boy, actually.
We should have the Williamses over for dinner sometime.
Oh, well, that would be nice.
How's Thursday?
Thursday's when we eat at your mother's. The whole family gets together.
Oh, it's not mandatory exactly. We can skip family dinner night and have you come over to our house. I could get the paperwork done early and have it ready for you to sign.
Okay, I guess.
Well, that's great. See you Thursday then.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Pretty good, huh? See how I picked up on your signals there?
What signals?
You wanted them to come to dinner? I made it happen.
Sometime, Peter, not right away.
Why not?
Because Thursday they're shutting down the water mains on our street.
Oh. No problem, I'll cancel.
After making such a big deal, they'll think you're canceling because of me. And the fact is, we need friends like the Williamses.
Friends who need insurance?
Peter, our son is African American.
Ah, yes, of course.
And I think, for Ned's sake, we should make an effort to have diversity in our lives.
I'll invite them to my mom's.
Well, I would feel more comfortable doing it in our own home where things could be...
Under your complete and utter domination?
I'm not a control freak. I am not.
It'll be great, honey.
Judge Grumble.
Your court clerk said you wanted to see me?
Donna? Why?
Something about a children's area.
She called you about that?
I set up an area for victims of violent crime so that they wouldn't be intimidated in the hallway by the defendants. She said you wanted to use my model.
Yeah. I don't think this is about that.
What?
I think this was her effort to get you in the same room with me so that I could ask you what I need to ask you.
Which is what?
Were you ever going to call me?
Yes.
Because we went out, and even though it wasn't a very good evening, we agreed to try again, and you said that you'd call me, and yet you did not.
I didn't want to call you too soon.
Too soon? For what?
It's my understanding that women don't respond well to a man who is overeager.
Are you overeager?
There's no way to answer that question in a way which reflects well on me.
Would you like to go out to dinner with me tonight at 7 o'clock? You better be hesitating because you don't want to appear overeager.
No. Yes. No. I was hoping to ask you before you asked me.
Well, it's not a competition.
Have you been dating lately? Because believe me, it is a competition.
Okay, you know what? Just forget it.
Whoa. Give me a chance. I would be delighted to have dinner with you tonight. I accept. Thank you.
Good. Good.
Hold the phone. Where's the fire?
Sorry.
Eric's gonna show me how to spam dunk.
Slam dunk. It's basketball, not lunch.
Lauren, go out and warm up the ball. I need to speak with Eric for a moment.
Go ahead. I'll be right out.
She looks up to you.
Big deal. She's 4 feet tall.
Eric, I spoke with the Wrights today.
Who's that?
You know perfectly well who's that. You should give them a chance.
You said I'd have veto power over who might be my next foster family.
I never use the term veto power. The Wrights are nice people, And they have experience raising a gay son.
So this is some kind of blind date?
He's dead, Eric.
Oh.
It's taken them several years to decide to foster, which means it might be a place where you'd be needed.
What if I don't like it?
Give it a chance.
What if I still don't like it?
You might try approaching this with the right attitude. If you don't like it, we will come up with a solution.
And I could come back here?
Well, that's one of many possible solutions, isn't it? Lauren's waiting for you outside.
No, she's not. She's watching us through the door.
I think that's a great idea.
You look beautiful. Huh, I'm allowed to say that to my date. It's really a way of complimenting myself. Look at me. I'm the kind of guy who gets beautiful dates. Look, I said you're beautiful. Couldn't you just say thank you like a normal beautiful woman?
Could you please stop calling me beautiful?
Absolutely. It's sheer hypocrisy, you being so homely. It's like sitting across from an old boot.
Am I difficult?
A little difficult, yeah. But in a way that makes you exciting. It's like having dinner with a time bomb.
Being a judge, don't you think it can make you a little...
Megalomaniac? Well, not that it makes you that way. I mean me. Because, well, people are forced to listen to us all the time and do what we say.
When we go out into the real world,
Say a pizza joint.
and we're just normal folk.
Folk?
You know what I mean.
I absolutely do.
I think that went well.
What? Oh, you mean the fact that we had an entire exchange without a disagreement? Yeah, except I thought I nearly blew it with that megalomaniac bit.
Oh, no, you covered beautifully.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So the date is...
It's going pretty well, I think.
Me too.
Dr. Carson, what kind of doctor are you?
I'm an internist attached to Johns Hopkins University with attending status at Cedars-Sinai in New York. I'm an oncologist specializing in diseases of the lung, and I've published extensively in medical toxicology exposure analysis.
I accept that Dr. Carson is an expert, Mr. Pierpont.
Thank you. Now, Dr. Carson, what is your view of smoking?
My view is that of any doctor who sees the suffering and disease the use of tobacco causes on a daily basis.
Which is?
It's the most dangerous addiction in the country. I think that the people who run tobacco companies are morally bankrupt and ethically perverse.
Dr. Carson, I'm a little confused. If those are your feelings, then why are you here testifying on behalf of a tobacco company?
If Mr. Pierpont's company uses me as an expert witness today, then they'll have an awfully hard time disparaging my reputation the next time I'm on the other side.
Dr. Carson, what did you discover about Jason Christopher?
I found obstructive emphysema with atrophy and dilatation of the alveoli and destruction of the vascular bed.
And, in your opinion, was this caused by his smoking?
No.
No.
The tissue breakdown is in the lower lung region, inconsistent with damage done by smoking-related emphysema.
Well, if it wasn't smoking that caused the damage, what was it?
Jason Christopher suffers from AAT emphysema, which is caused by an inherited protein deficiency. The AAT protein neutralizes an enzyme which fights bacteria in the lungs. Unchecked by AAT, the enzyme eats away lung tissue and can be fatal if its progress isn't slowed or halted. With an AAT deficiency, developing emphysema is almost inevitable.
Your Honor, incontrovertible medical... Incontrovertible medical evidence shows that Jason Christopher's condition is pre-existing. Ergo, we are requesting a summary judgment in favor of our client.
Hold your horses, Mr. Pierpont. Do you have any questions for Dr. Carson?
Dr. Carson, are you telling me that smoking has nothing to do with Jason's condition?
No doubt smoking accelerated the progression. For effective treatment, Jason should have stopped smoking immediately upon diagnosis.
He hasn't?
My information is that he has not.
Your Honor, I have no more questions, but I would like to argue that Dr. Carson's testimony is simply the opinion of one expert witness and does not merit a summary judgment.
I will take that under advisement.
Jason.
Go ahead. Try again.
Go in.
Come on. Black takes a free throw.
I don't like this game anymore.
Come on, you got home court advantage.
What's that?
When you're on home court, it means you're home. The fans are rooting for you, the mascot and cheerleaders. All your friends and family are there to cheer you on. It's not like being on the road where nobody knows you, nobody cares. Cassidy shoots the ball. It's going with an assist from Black. She scored!
I scored!
In 30 years, I've never taken my work home like this.
Well, Eric is special, Mom.
Every day at work, I see some child I think about bringing home, but I know not to do it. Obviously, I'm becoming soft-headed.
Soft-hearted. You're allowed once every 30 years.
Black takes a free throw. And it's all net. Black is back, Black is back.
What are you doing home? I have a brief from the forces of evil to read and accept and act upon.
That was good.
Sue me. I love you.
Shoot. Oh, pretty close.
All right, Mr. Black, you are not leaving here lugging a garbage bag.
Garbage bags, foster kids' luggage collection.
Lauren, run into the kitchen and bring me that thing that's by the stairs.
Okay.
So the Reds are nice people, right?
Yes, they're nice people.
Take your best shot, old lady.
Two puns. This, this suitcase belonged to my husband.
Very retro chic.
Open it. That's you with us.
This is delicious.
I thank you, Charlene, but my daughter-in-law made me promise not to talk too much.
We tend to eat low-fat meals for the most part.
So do we. Except for when we eat here.
Yeah, but here the food tastes great.
It sure does.
What?
So, Leroy.
Actually, it's pronounced Leroy. It means the king in French.
Well, I'm right there with you on the proper pronunciation of names, Charlene. And no shortening of names, no nicknames.
Leroy, do you play golf?
Oh, honey, not everyone is Tiger Woods. Not that you couldn't be, or that you wouldn't be, just...
So, Leroy, are you a golfer?
Leroy would golf all day, every Saturday, if I let him.
Same here, but Jillian would have my head.
I hear you.
Judge Gray, I'm very interested in the work you do. Your job is very vital to the community. I mean, my own career seems so inferior by comparison.
Thank you, Charlene. What is it that you do?
Commercial real estate, when I can get time away from Nicole.
Really? I love real estate. I go house hunting just for fun sometimes.
And this is commercial real estate.
Oh. I guess that's different.
Leroy sells computer service warranties. We're both insurance men.
And would-be golfers.
I'm writing a play for school.
A play. Isn't that impressive? Isn't that impressive? Yeah. What's it called?
The Two Noble Clansmen.
Kinsmen, not Klansmen, with a C, Klansmen. It's Shakespeare, Two Noble Kinsmen. It's one of Shakespeare's lesser-known works. Yeah.
Is this decaf?
Oh, absolutely. You made yourself very clear on that count. No caffeine. No, sir. More pie?
No, thank you.
Black is back! Oh, sorry.
Eric, what do you think you're doing here?
What? You want me peddling my ass on the streets? Because that's where I'm going if you send me back to those freaks.
That's Eric. He's sort of
A friend of the family's.
Go ahead, Mama. I'm sure Leroy and Charlene will understand.
Maxine, I need your help because I have an ex-junkie out there somewhere. I'm out of places to look, and you owe me. Sorry. Hello.
And this is my cousin Kyle.
What do you mean I owe you?
Remember Teen Harbor?
I'll go with you.
There's stuff
But
like
it's
this
not to be
going on
taken
around
as a
here
division of
all the
wrongdoing.
time.
Peter.
Amy, tell Eric that I will speak to him in the morning, and by that time, I expect him to be over his snotty teenage tantrum. It's been a pleasure.
Call, Mom. Okay?
Eric. Now, would this be the junkie or the street hustler?
Did I do something wrong?
Well, out of the goodness of your heart, after your job ended, you continue to try and help this young man find an apartment, get his life back on track. Yes, you're obviously some kind of monster.
Sarcasm sounds good to me on this one.
You can't take things this personally. You'll do harm to your soul.
X-Ray was my first client, and until today, I've done a good job with him.
Teen Harbor was being used as a safe place to deal drugs and God knows what else. But if I hadn't acted so swiftly, maybe I could have come up with a solution other than closing it down altogether. Hey, babe.
Are you actually apologizing?
No, I'm offering to help you get Teen Harbor reopened.
Wow. Maxine Gray apologizes, and I haven't even got a witness.
How could we possibly have made so many PC blunders in one night? What must they think of us?
Jillian, they were all perfectly honest mistakes.
I thought that went great. She was a little tense, but he seemed like a very nice...
Are you kidding? She was awful. Fussy, opinionated, very controlling. And you know what? I think the only reason she came to dinner was that Amy is an important judge and she wanted to meet her. What kind of person has ulterior motives like that?
You only invited them because they're black. That's an ulterior motive.
Peter... No, Peter's right. I'm just as bad as she is. And I don't let you golf. Or eat saturated fat. I don't let people call you Pete.
Honey, I know it's because you love me. The saturated fat thing, anyway.
Well, what about Ned? If we don't have any black friends, he's gonna grow up in this weird, colorless limbo. He'll end up like Bryant Gumbel.
Jillian, Ned will be fine no matter who he's friends with.
Amy's right, honey.
And you're not as bad as she is. You're not bad at all. You are the opposite of bad.
And you're way hotter than Charlene, too.
Way hotter.
What is this place?
It's a shooting gallery. Never been to one of these?
Come from a higher class of drug addiction.
The important part of what I said was not the apology. It was my offer to help put Teen Harbor back together.
Hey, hurry up with that.
That's him. It's X-ray.
Hey, Kyle. It's Manson, not Hanson. See, I listened to you.
We're telling you to shoot up.
I didn't do it for the job, man. I did it for the virus.
Did you use a dirty needle?
No worries.
Oh, my God.
Because they'll find a cure, right? Because you get all big and stupid!
Let's get him to emergency and see if they'll put him on a cocktail. Kyle. Good morning. What happened?
Why don't you ask them?
I have. Now I'd like to hear from you. Eric, if you are simply looking for reasons not to leave here, then we have a problem.
They're all... It's great that you're gay, and be proud of who you are and all that. They even signed us up at some support group for families with gay teens. I mean, jeez.
All right, Eric, maybe they're a little overly keen. But that doesn't mean they're creepy or freaky.
They don't want me. They were waiting for anybody.
Who could replace their son?
You know what else? I'm not gay enough to replace him.
Excuse me?
He was this big activist type in high school, really high profile. I'm not like that. I'm quiet. And what if I liked a girl?
Do you? Like a girl?
Well, that's not the point. The point is, if I did like a girl, I'd be letting them down in some twisted way, right? It could happen.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, take the clothes out of the suitcase and put them in the drawer. What girl?
What?
You said, what if I liked a girl? Not what if I liked girls.
Look, you told me it was okay to be confused about things like this. I'm telling you I'm confused. Can't you find someone who's like 100% homo to live with the rights? That's what they really want.
Let's get breakfast. Does this girl have a name?
Before I rule on your motion for summary judgment, I have a few questions for Jason.
Your Honor, I'm not sure that anything he might have to say would be relevant here. But, you are the judge.
How old were you when you started smoking?
8. By the time I was 12, I smoked a pack a day.
Why?
What?
Why did you start smoking at 8?
Cousin got me into it. I thought it looked cool.
When did you get emphysema?
I got short of breath about a year ago. I found the emphysema.
But you didn't quit?
I did. At first, but I'm gonna die, Judge Gray. What's the matter now? Now if I quit.
Did your parents know you were smoking?
Not until I got sick.
Thank you. I am allowing Mr. Pierpont's motion for summary judgment in favor of his clients. No damages are awarded.
Your Honor, please. The Christophers deserve their day in court.
I agree, Miss Little. Just not on this specific complaint.
I don't understand.
I found Dr. Carson's testimony that Jason's emphysema was not caused by smoking absolutely convincing. Equally convincing was her testimony that by continuing to smoke, he irrevocably diminished his chances of recovery. Maybe next time Dr. Carson can testify for the Christophers and not against them.
I'd be delighted. I prefer working on the side of the angels.
Excuse me, Your Honor, why don't you just come right out and tell the Christophers how to construct a new complaint?
I believe I just did. I also believe that you'll decide to settle out of court.
You, madam, are a loose cannon. I'll be bringing this up with the Judicial Review Committee.
Give it your best shot. Better men than you have tried. We're done here.
All rise.
And Jason,
Yes, Your Honor.
regardless of how much life you have left, it is still life, and it is still a gift. And even though you have a grown-up disease, you are a child. And children should listen to their parents. Quit smoking.
I'll take care of it.
Yeah, put him on the cocktail. It's early enough. If there's HIV in his bloodstream, there's a chance we can shut it down.
Can you keep him here?
No. It's a pretty rigorous regimen, but if he can read, he'll be able to take all his meds at the right time.
Problem is, I'm afraid he won't take all the medication.
He will if he doesn't want to get AIDS.
He wants to test positive.
Why?
so he can get an apartment.
It's insane.
Tell him. Orange chicken.
Beef and broccoli.
Another orange chicken.
What's Amy's favorite?
God, green slimy stuff.
Bok choy.
Like I said.
Something smells good.
Whose?
I love who's. We haven't had who's for a long time.
Well, we haven't had these many people to feed in a long time.
Did somebody else move in?
Not yet.
Should I set the table?
Eric's turn.
Okay, then can I take a break?
15 minutes.
He's going to smoke.
Probably. Can you put these on the table?
Sure. Mom, what are you doing?
I'm going outside.
To smoke?
What do you want me to say, Amy?
I want you to quit.
I know that. Anything else?
I'm afraid you're gonna die.
I am gonna die.
I mean soon. I want you to be here. For me. For us.
Good God, you live with me, Amy. How much more here can I be for you? My husband died and left me alone with 3 children to finish raising, and I mistakenly thought that I would actually finish and could have some time to myself. I now realize that probably won't happen, but no matter who is in my house, I will live the rest of my life on my terms.
Well, it probably won't be that long the way you're going.
Do you want to open this door, Amy?
Yeah.
You exist on 9 cups of coffee a day. You eat powdered sugar for breakfast, you drink like a European, and you have sex with people that you don't care about.
Mom, it's just... You're not... I just feel...
Amy. I love you, too.
Coming up next on TNT's Prime Time in the Daytime, there's drama in the courtroom when a mother defends her right to kidnap her son. Don't miss Law and Order next.
Did anybody call when I was in the shower?
A telemarketer. I spoke French to him, and he hung up.
You don't speak French.
I speak phony French fluently. All right, who wants a nice hot crumpet?
I'm not hungry.
What's a crumpet?
They're like English muffins, only more English. I saw them at the store. I haven't had one in years, and I brought Devonshire cream and a lovely crock of let's pretend it's butter for any killjoy who happens to be on a diet.
Why are you in such a good mood?
I don't know. Is it bothering you?
Yes.
Look, Mamma Mia. Daddy and Misha are taking me to that for my birthday.
Says who?
Daddy bought tickets. They're taking me and Taylor. And first, we're having dinner at a fancy restaurant.
Oh, well, honey, I think that's more of an idea. Your daddy can't plan your birthday without talking to me.
Mom, you have to say yes. It's Broadway.
Right, which means it's more of an event birthday, like 13. You're just turning 9. That's not even a round number.
That's just stupid.
Okay, we're done here. Go brush your teeth.
Now you're gonna make a big deal over it, right? And have a fight with Daddy and ruin my birthday.
Go brush your teeth while you still have some. You see what he's doing? He's doing this whole birthday extravaganza, and then if I say no, I'm the bad guy.
Yes.
Yes? What?
Yes, that seems to be how it sorts out.
Hello, the house.
Don't come in here in a good mood.
Ignore her, Kyle. You have permission to be in a good mood if you want to be. Have a crumpet while they're still warm.
No, thanks. So I got your message to come over. What's up?
I figured out how to revive Teen Harbor. If we follow my plan, by the end of the day tomorrow, we will have new funding and you will have your job back.
By the end of the day tomorrow?
If Ma says it's gonna happen, Kyle. Unless, of course, there's a man involved to screw it up. You know what men are? First drafts. It's like God made Adam, and then he said, hell, I can do better than that. So he made women. Now, I've written 1 billion briefs and 500 million letters and tons of speeches, and I know what you do with first drafts. You shred them. Or at least you ball them up and you throw them away. But no, God had to be godly. So he not only let the first drafts live, but he let them run the whole stupid world, and we wonder why it's so messed up. Hey, Lauren, move your butt. We're gonna be late. Tell her I'm in the car.
Is there something I said?
No, you heard her. It's all God's fault. Here.
Well, can you tell me how long this alleged meeting is supposed to last? Okay, give me his voicemail.
Good morning.
No, it's not. Hey, Michael, could you please call me so that we can discuss Lauren's birthday, which you've already planned without bothering to consult me? And for the record, I am not okay with mega adventures on Times Square, nor am I okay with being the monster who sticks a giant pin into Lauren's birthday bubble. So will you please call me so we can figure out what to do about this mess you've created? How do you and Mia handle birthdays?
We alternate years. When it's not my year, I don't ask questions. It's a good system. I recommend it.
Well, I'm a little confused because I've planned every birthday of Lauren's life. When we were married, I had to whisper to Michael what we got her while she was unwrapping it. And now, suddenly, he's the birthday fairy.
He got married.
You think Leisha's planning it?
I don't know. It just sounds like they want to play family.
Oh, you're right. Doesn't that just make you want to throw up? Donna!
Judge Gray?
Did I get any messages?
No.
None?
Don't worry, he's probably in court. And
Thank you.
Phone.
Donna, did you?
I'm taking care of it right now.
Who hasn't called?
You know who. We had dinner 4 nights ago. We had a really great time. Why hasn't he called?
You had a nicer time than he did. Oh, you want to answer you alike? Okay. He fell madly in love with you and he's having trouble coping with the intensity of his feelings. Okay, tell me the answer you want and I'll give it to you.
Okay. It's all set. You owe me so big. 7 o'clock reservations, table by the window. The Chateau Lange Barge, the 85 if they have it, will be decanted a half an hour before you get there. And over dessert, a strolling violin will stroll in and violin. And you just need to pick a song.
How are you big, Donna?
So what's all this about?
I'm taking Andrea to Christini's tonight.
And what's the occasion?
No occasion. I just wanted to take her out for a nice dinner, that's all.
Yeah. I get it.
You get what?
I get it, Bruce. I'm not an idiot. You've decided that tonight's the night.
No, I haven't.
Oh, please. You've choreographed an entire seduction ritual.
No, I planned a nice evening. I happen to believe that seduction, if you want to call it that, should take a lot longer than a couple of hours, or even a couple of weeks.
Wait a minute, what are you saying?
I'm saying what I said.
Are you calling me a hussy?
Nobody on the planet uses that word anymore.
But that's what you're saying, isn't it?
Judge Gray, as much as I would love to pursue this conversation, you have a very full docket.
Not bad.
Not bad. I never thought I'd be able to do anything like this. I can't draw a stick.
Maybe not, but you can paint a stick. It's fine. You're doing very well. You just have an unreasonably demanding teacher. I'll tell you what. Take this home and spend some time with it.
What is it?
Frida Kahlo, your new source of inspiration. She was a Mexican communist married to a crazy but brilliant womanizing muralist named Diego Rivera.
She's beautiful.
Oh, anyone can be beautiful. She was feisty, Look, here's my favorite. The suicide of Dorothy Hale. Do you know who Dorothy Hale was?
Oh, yes. Sort of.
She was a New York socialite. But her husband died and she lost her wealth. She arranged a lunch with a publisher friend in hopes that he'd give her a job. Instead, he gave her $1,000 and told her to buy the prettiest dress she could find and use it to catch a rich husband. She bought the dress, put it on, and jumped from the top of her penthouse. Now, a friend hired Frida Kahlo to paint Dorothy's portrait, and instead, Frida Kahlo painted the actual suicide. It's a masterpiece, as you can see.
Yes, it's very artistic. But I don't want to paint, dead people.
Well, that's not the point. If you want to paint something more impressive than landscapes, you have to find your inner feisty woman. I know she's in there.
In the matter of 16-year-old Pamela Taylor, we are revisiting a custody arrangement. And I see that the terms of the divorce stipulated joint custody. That's been in place for 5 years. And I'm sure you're all ready to tell me why that isn't working anymore. So who wants to go first?
Your Honor, my client feels that it would be in Pamela's best interest to stop going back and forth between houses, and that because of her age and circumstances, she should be with her mother.
Your Honor, my client agrees. The house hopping has been very detrimental for Pamela. But she also feels Pamela would be better off living at her father's house.
Okay. This is either an amazing show of altruism or a situation where no one wants the child. Which is it?
Here's Pamela's record, Your Honor. It'll explain a lot.
Actually, I think my file is more current.
This is as of 2 days ago.
She was picked up for shoplifting last night.
Last night?
Okay, just give them both to me and I'll spend some time getting caught up on Pamela's extracurricular activities. And Mr. Van Exel will tell us when we're going to be here tomorrow.
11:30.
11:30 tomorrow.
Come in before you get frostbite.
Okay. What's all this?
I canceled our reservation.
You what?
Well, if you haven't noticed, it's freezing outside, and I thought it'd be nice if we stayed inside. We can have a nice, quiet, cozy evening. Do you want some wine? Gracie's at her father's. We have the whole house to ourselves. I have a lovely Chateaubriand that's gonna be perfect in about an hour and a half. What's wrong?
Nothing.
There's something wrong.
No, it's just that can we talk about this?
About what?
You've hijacked my evening.
What?
I went through a lot of trouble to plan everything, and suddenly I'm not even in the co-pilot seat.
I'm really sorry. I just thought it would be nice to stay.
It is. You know what? All of a sudden, I'm not in the mood for a big fancy evening. I think I'm just gonna go home. I'm sorry. I'll call you tomorrow.
So then he tells me I need to find my inner feisty woman, and it hits me.
What?
Well, he's single, he's attractive, he owns his own art gallery, and he likes feisty women. Your sister is single, she's attractive, and if she isn't feisty, then the rest of us should just give up.
Isn't Amy seeing someone?
Oh, you know Amy. It'll only last 2 weeks.
So what? You want to line up the guy for the next 2 weeks?
Amy gets bored easily. This guy is fascinating.
This is what he wants you to paint?
Well, not this in particular. He's trying to help me be less boring as an artist.
You're not boring, you're great. I love the one you did of the ocean.
Yeah, but it's just the ocean.
It's pretty, it matches the couch. Don't start painting women sitting on cacti with curled up rats.
Honey, you don't understand art.
Yes, I do. This is just some wacko regurgitating self-obsession on a canvas and throwing in a curled up rat so it'll seem deep.
It's not a rat. It's something Mexican.
Honey, I don't think you should try fixing Amy up with the weirdo art teacher.
He's not a weirdo.
He's a weirdo, and it's a rat.
Michael, here's what I don't get. Up until this year, you didn't even know when Lauren's birthday was. No, but we've always had low-key birthdays. Back when I was planning them and you weren't interested, we agreed we weren't going to be those parents who hire magicians and get elephant rides. Broadway is too bigger than an elephant. Ask anybody. Well, no, here's what I think you're going to do. I think you're going to plan a normal birthday, and it better be something she likes so she's not angry at me for nixing the ridiculous birthday. Well, I don't know, Michael. Why don't you have Lisa figure it out? What's a normal birthday? Gee, I don't know. Maybe something that doesn't cost $300 a seat.
So, well, you've got the custody hearing up first. It's a docket challenger if I ever saw one.
So,
So what?
how was your big date?
Fine. You want to hear your morning?
I'd rather hear your evening.
Judge Gray, with all due respect, my evening's my own business.
Key to starting anything is getting all of the elements in place. No use trying to get Teen Harbor up and running without someone to run it.
Right?
And this man is one of the best social workers that I have ever seen. Which is why they ran him out on a rail. You know, he had ideas, he was proactive. No room for that in government work.
What's he doing now?
Building houses for poor people.
Wow. Like Jimmy Carter. Why would he go back to a desk job?
Because I'm going to flirt with him. Oh, you never tried that?
How do you think I passed organic chemistry?
Hey, Mac. How are you?
Maxine,
I was in the neighborhood.
you look great.
You look better. This is my nephew, Kyle. Joe Mackenzie.
How you doing?
It all depends on why Maxine is here.
I have an idea.
No.
Kyle and I are starting a drop-in center that would cater to homeless teens, runaways, the ones who fall out of the system. We need someone to be in charge.
I'm busy.
We are looking for someone with a strong background in social work, someone who understands the fine line between empowering young people and getting duped by them. You were always the best at that.
I don't do that anymore, Maxine. And stop looking at me that way.
This is an independently funded operation. You wouldn't have to deal with DCF at all. What way do you mean?
The way you look when you want something from me.
I'd almost forgotten about that look.
I like what I'm doing.
But you missed the kids. You were in it for the kids, Mac. And no one was better than you, not even me.
Maxine.
Not that you aren't an impressive carpenter, but there are a lot of people who can hammer and saw. There are very few people who can get an abandoned, angry child to listen, let alone hope.
What would it pay?
More than you're making now.
Where's the funding coming from?
We're working on that.
You get your money, and you come back and see me.
I certainly will.
You are good.
So, I read all about Pamela's adventures. School detentions and suspensions, DUIs, driving without a license, numerous runaway attempts, and now this week she's taken up shoplifting. As I understand it, each side is arguing that Pamela's problems are caused by the stress of going back and forth between homes, and each side is arguing that the other side needs to provide the consistent home.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Well, I predict that no one's going to come out of it that easily. Mr. Taylor, what's your story?
Your Honor, Pamela and Lynette don't get along. They never have. Pamela yells at Lynette and calls her names. As you can see, Lynette doesn't need that stress right now.
Well, Mrs. Taylor, do you have any medical condition that would make stress dangerous to you or the baby?
No, Your Honor, no medical condition. But it's hard being my age and pregnant for the first time and working.
I'm sure it is. Mrs. McGrath, what are things like when Pamela's at your house?
Your Honor, we've tried everything. Curfews, taking away the computer, the phone, the television. We've spent, I can't tell you how much time and money in therapy. Pamela is a constant disruption in our house. She's a horrible influence on the younger children.
Who are all Pamela's step-siblings?
That's correct, Your Honor. 3 boys.
Your Honor, we just want some peace in our house.
So do we, Your Honor.
Okay. Where's Pamela now?
She's at school.
What time will Pamela be joining us here tomorrow, Mr. Van Exel?
11 a.m.
11 a.m., everyone. Thank you. Okay. What is available for discussion?
The Middle East is always good for a chuckle.
Or we could talk about what we did last night. You go first.
Okay, I finished reading Killing Pablo, and then I set the sleep timer to the History Channel.
It sounds like something somebody would do alone.
I told you it was a seduction ritual.
Well, something interesting must have happened in between dinner and the History Channel.
You know, it's bad for your digestion to eat lunch while your employer grills you about your personal life.
Okay, it's even worse for your digestion to be a repressed, uptight Catholic.
Would you please tell me how the hell this became about religion?
Yesterday you accused me of being a tramp.
No, you accused yourself. I had a bad evening. Didn't work out the way I planned, and it's highly possible I was a jerk. That's as much as I'm willing to tell anyone right now, even a close friend.
Okay, we're gonna varnish this one today, and I'll frame it for you. Otherwise, you'll still be repainting that rock until your grandchildren are taking lessons from me.
So how long have you had this place?
This place, about 3 years. 5 other places before this one.
Each place bigger than the last?
Yes, I've been lucky. In the kind of way that people are lucky when they work their butts off for a lot of years.
Is that why you don't have a family? The long hours? I mean, what?
You're not very good at this.
Good at what?
When a happily married woman is asking questions geared to find out how well I'm doing financially, or whether or not I'm dating, it's because she has a friend or a sister or a cousin she wants to fix up with me.
I'm just making conversation. I'm curious. I'm bad at this.
Friend, cousin, or sister?
Sister-in-law. She's a judge.
Hmm.
She's smart, she's funny, she's beautiful. I mean, the way you like it, feisty. She just has horrible taste in men.
So you thought you'd like me?
Okay, I'm really bad at this.
Jillian, it's good that you're bad at this. I'm not an accountant. I don't get fixed up on blind dates. People try, and I say no thanks. I do reckless, artistic things, like fall for happily married women who are terrified of the unconventional. I guess I like the challenge.
Why didn't you wake me up?
Well, you said you wanted to sleep late.
Late, yes, but not late.
Well, be more specific next time. Or here's a radical thought, set the alarm clock. Honey.
What? Why are you so prickly this morning?
I'm not prickly. I'm also, it appears, not as boring as I've been led to believe.
You're not boring, honey. What are you talking about?
My art teacher, Mr. Find Your Inner Feisty Woman, I think he made a pass at me.
What do you mean you think?
He did. He made a pass at me.
This is the guy you wanted to fix up with Amy?
I was trying to. But then he said he didn't want to meet her because he'd already fallen for me.
He said that?
Well, you don't have to sound so surprised.
I'm not. I mean, someone should make a pass at you. I mean, it makes sense. Well, you're not going to that class anymore.
Yes, Peter. I figured that out.
Look, I'm late. Talk about this when I get home.
How is it going back and forth between homes?
Daddy and Lynette are all into the baby, and Mom is busy trying to make sure that Frank's kids like her.
And that's what's causing all your problems?
I'm just saying.
Well, I noticed from your records that your grades started slipping a year before your parents divorced.
Yeah, that was probably when they were fighting all the time.
Okay. So you've been under a lot of stress for a long time, and it might not let up anytime soon. I'm sure someone has explained to you that everyone has problems and stress. Meanwhile, you cannot keep disrupting two households.
Isn't that why we're here? To decide which household I get to disrupt?
We're here to determine which situation is in your best interest.
That is such a load of crap.
No, you don't know what a load of crap is until you've spent a night in detention. Do you want to add that experience to your resume?
Look, neither of them wants me. Fine. But every time I run away, they haul me back and fight over who has to take me. What am I supposed to do?
So, has Barry Crumble called you yet?
You're changing the subject.
Yes, I am.
No, he hasn't, but that's fine because I hate all men anyway. It's your turn. What's still wrong?
Maybe it wasn't ever about the reservation. Maybe it was more about what she was wearing.
You didn't approve of her outfit?
Oh, I approved. But when she put that dress on, she was already envisioning it lying on the bedroom floor.
Are we getting back to the part where you're not repressed and uptight?
I'm not. You know what I am? I'm a guy whose girlfriend got pregnant, okay? When I was a second-year law student. Did I ever mention that? I dropped out to get a job to support Mia and the baby. I thought we'd get married. And after Rebecca was older, I'd go back and finish law school. But that never happened because Mia had other ideas. Lots of other ideas.
You really like this woman?
Yes.
Enough to be scared of her.
Yes.
So no one called?
Amy, you're acting as if you're in high school.
I'm not.
That was mature.
Hello? Oh, yeah, hey, Michael. No, it's okay. No, a slumber party sounds reasonable. Does she have enough friends in Manhattan for a slumber party? Oh? No, if the parents are willing to drive that far. Yeah, that's okay. Thanks for running it by me. Goodbye. I guess Michael and Lisa are having a slumber party for Lauren.
Oh, I'm sure she'll enjoy that. And thank God we can avoid it.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe I just don't like her being with them on her birthday.
You don't have to like it, Amy.
I gotta rule on this really ooky case tomorrow. What?
I know that you can't discuss the Uki case, so I'm acknowledging that I heard you.
Can we discuss a hypothetical situation?
As long as that's what it is.
Well, let's just say there's a situation wherein neither parent wants custody of a minor, and the minor is such a giant pain that you can't really blame either parent.
I suppose King Solomon would say that both parents deserve to have their lives ruined equally.
Well, they've been trying to do that, but now they're arguing that maybe the kid's behavior might be improved if she had a more consistent environment.
The hypothetical parents are arguing?
Okay, forget it.
Well, honey.
No, you're right. You're right.
Take a look at this.
What is it?
One of those behavioral modification places for teens. You know, troubled, hypothetical teens.
I thought you hated these places.
Well, at least this one's in town, and they don't make them sleep in the woods or howl at anything.
Don't you ever get mad at Jared?
What? Why would I?
He let you go. He didn't fight for you.
Jared and I are adults. We made an adult decision together.
Still, you kind of expect the fight, don't you?
This is childish, Amy.
I was just being rhetorical. It's the first cousin of hypothetical. Whatever happened to writing book reports on pieces of notebook paper?
What do you mean?
Well, your last report was a mobile, and the one before that was a 3D castle with a moat. When I was in school, doing a book report didn't require a trip to the art supply store.
Wasn't that boring?
No, because the book report actually had to do with the book.
Hey,
So you-
Taylor, wait up!
Hey, Lauren.
Bye, Mom.
Amy! Hi. I just want to say thank you. Taylor is excited out of her mind about Lauren's birthday party.
Well, actually, Michael is throwing the party this year.
Oh, no, I know. I just assumed you were, helping with the expense.
Nope, it's his turn for that, too.
Wow. He must be doing really well.
He's doing well enough to throw a slumber party. I'm really glad Taylor can go. I wasn't sure how folks would feel about driving to Manhattan for a birthday party.
Are you kidding? I just wish I could go to the party. In fact, I'm thinking about volunteering to help chaperone.
Seriously?
Oh, I want to see the looks on those kids' faces. I mean, didn't you have that fantasy as a kid, spending the night in a toy store?
Toy store?
Oh, I hope I'm not. The slumber party's at FAO Schwartz. I thought you knew. I'm late for an appointment. It's really nice seeing you.
I'm on their website, Michael. I know exactly how much you're paying for this extravaganza. You could buy a car for that.
You know what the website says. You don't know how much I'm paying. And frankly, Amy, it's none of your damn business.
How is it none of my...
Judge Gray, I was wondering, can I ask you for a favor?
No.
No?
No, it is not the right time to ask me for a favor.
Okay. Thanks.
Just go ahead and tell me what the favor is.
I'm scared too.
Well, don't be. I'm not mad at you.
Who are we mad at?
Man! No, not you. Donna, did you know that you could throw a slumber party at FAO Schwartz? Not just you, but any fool who wants to and who's willing to part with 5 figures worth of income.
Wow.
It's not wow. It's disgusting.
Oh.
If you were my ex-husband, would you spend that much money just to get back at me?
Well, if I were your ex-husband, apparently I might.
Judge Gray, we've got that sentencing hearing in 10 minutes.
Boy, I wouldn't want to be sentenced by me in 10 minutes, would you?
No. Yes. Oh, hey, boy.
So we decided it would make more sense to secure funding from one corporation rather than try to juggle the interests of all the benefactors on top of trying to run the facility. Since your company is well known for its local charitable contributions, we thought of you as our logical first choice.
I drive by Teen Harbor every day, Mrs. Gray. I've seen the so-called children. The ones with the orange and green hair and the dog collar chains.
Yes, I know how they look. I also know who they are. The fact is, the vast majority of homeless teens are on the street because they don't have another choice. Without a place like Teen Harbor, they are at the mercy of the elements, the perverted predators, and yes, they are at the mercy of their own idiotic teenage judgment. But if you were to spend some time with them, you would realize they really are children.
That's all very heartwarming, but we're not the Salvation Army. Before I write a check, you have to tell me what's in it for me, what's in it for my business.
Publicity. You said it yourself, you drive by Teen Harbor every day. So do thousands of other people. We could put a big sign out front with your logo on it and rename it Hudson Brothers Teen Harbor. You could persuade people to associate your company with the betterment of mankind. I mean, let's face it, not everyone has warm, fuzzy memories of filing an insurance claim.
All rise.
Well, I have before me one of the saddest predicaments that a person in my position can confront. An unwanted child. I usually don't put it in such stark terms in front of said child, but in this case, the minor in question is at an important threshold. It's the place right before maturity, right before reality. The place where she needs to confront the truth about herself and her situation. Pamela, I am talking to you. I am sorry for what you're going through. I am sorry that your parents are trying to get you out of their respective houses. But after talking with you, I understand it. A baby deserves unconditional love. A child deserves unconditional love. But you are getting to the place where no one has to appreciate you just because you exist. You are obligated to behave in a way that makes people care about you. And the easiest way to do that is to start caring about them. Okay, well, I'm not going to modify the custody agreement at this time. I have examined Pamela's probation record, and based on the circumstances of her most recent arrest, I have grounds right now to lock her up. But instead of detention, I am hereby ordering Pamela to spend 30 days in a behavior modification rehab program.
What? You mean like camping and crap? Mom, you're not gonna let them send me to some rehab place, are you? Daddy, please. Daddy.
Pamela, if I were you, I'd work very hard at this.
I know I was supposed to call, but I wanted to say this in person.
But do you want to come inside?
No, it's short. You don't know me all that well. You don't know my history. It's not that I don't think that you're, I need for things to proceed more. Look, Rebecca's mother called all the shots, and I followed her lead for a decade. By the end, she had lost all respect for me, and so had I. I'm not going down that road again. So I'll spend the night when and if we decide it's time.
Okay.
Okay. So that's what I wanted to say.
All right.
I'll call you.
Good night.
Good night. Okay, it's time.
Okay. Let's go.
Where?
Get Ned's jacket. We're going for a ride.
Peter, what are you going to do? Please don't make a scene in front of Ned.
Jillian. And this must be...
This must be her husband, the boring, conventional insurance agent. And this is Ned, our boring, conventional toddler. You know what really irks the hell out of me? People like you who call themselves free-spirited artists and think that justifies any way they want to behave, when the truth is, you're nothing more than a common, everyday scoundrel trying to guilt my wife into having an affair with you by convincing her she's boring if she says no. I told Jillian she has to stop taking your classes, but you know, that's really not fair, because she loves painting, and why should she have to stop? So I'm here to tell you, if you say one more disrespectful word to her, I'm gonna drive back over here and make you sorry. Are we clear?
Yes.
Okay. You know, I really don't feel like driving back over here. And there are plenty of places where Jillian can take art classes.
Well, another day down the drain.
How did your hypothetical case work out?
I used her hypothetical advice. The girl was a pain. I felt bad for her. Nobody wanted her. Nobody was willing to fight.
That happens.
How do you know when to give up?
What are we hypothetically giving up on?
Men.
In answer to your earlier question, of course I'm mad at Jared. My fantasy was that he would give up his whole financial empire to have me. But it was a fantasy, Amy. Something I entertained. I know that's not the way things actually work.
You're worried that you're becoming the kind of person who isn't worth the fight?
No, I don't worry about that. I feel that my only job in life is to be who I am.
can't you just let me hate men? Why can't you hate them with me?
Because it's kind of pleasant.
Hating them?
No, missing them.
Coming up next on TNT's Prime Time in the Daytime. Can Amy get to the bottom of a teenager's beating? Find out on Judging Amy. Next on TNT.